You know what you rarely see? People owning their own shit. Especially when it comes to like healing and trauma and stuff. When is the last time you saw somebody come across your screen and say, hey, I had all this shit to deal with. I went through these hardships. And man, I fucked up in a lot of areas. I'll go first. If you can't do that, you're not gonna grow. You understand that everything that happened to you was for your own growth. Alchemy requires you to look at your own shit. Have you ever seen anybody grow by pointing out somebody else's problems? No. No, you can't grow pointing out everything there is to know about a narcissist. And why do I bring this up? I bring this up because until this is understood, you will be healing, not evolving. There is a difference. People that are still healing from trauma are healing from the fact that it happened. They're still trying to understand it, wrestle with it, accept it. There is something there that is not accepted fully. And I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I have had an insanely traumatic life. I've never been to one school, probably lived 50 places. Parents, you know, everything. Like I had a very shitty childhood. I had a lot of trauma. But you know what? I caused myself a fuck ton of trauma. A lot of trauma. I have no problem owning my shit. And see, here's the thing. I'm well aware, no ego, but I'm well aware of my genius. That's why my content is different. Source sent me with it. I don't need a fucking single book on this planet. I am extremely connected with Source. You know what else Source did? Made me an absolute dumbass. And I don't say that like in a derogatory way. I mean, I know myself. When I say I fucking know myself, I know myself. Because I own all my shit. Because I'm able to look at myself, not flinch at my own shit, and there's a rap sheet of it. And that's how I grow. And so I've just been dumb enough to not follow any rules. I found everything I found literally by doing what the entire spiritual movement said don't do. I do not consider myself part of the spiritual movement. I am not of the light, and most of you don't even realize that you are serving the false light. The false light tells you that you don't need to do anything else, that you're good enough already. That's a goddamn good one, man. Dogma never had a fraction of the cleverness of the false light. The false light is why we keep having iterations repeat and we ain't moving forward. False light says you should just get paid to exist and abundance is your birthright. But the dark will show you that you can't build a foundation without the work. And every reset, everything falls because the light ran off without the dark. But what's in the dark? Your shit. You know what you won't find in there for growth-wise? Pointing out somebody else's stuff. How many people can point out everything about a narcissist or everything wrong that's happened with them and never bring up their own shit? But there's always a common denominator. No matter what you went through, good or bad, the only common denominator was you was there. Just like me. Every time there was trouble, something bad happened, my dumb ass was there. Every time. Usually at fault. And this took me a while to learn because I speak a lot on emotions and I speak a lot on alchemy, and I've actually never read a book on alchemy. I've wrote the first book that I read. I told you I come equipped. And once I woke up, which was harsh, I had to learn how to do these things. So like I learned how to apply every stage of alchemy. I burned myself. I went through the fire, literally. But the only thing that I can change and the only thing that matters is the shit about myself. What you did, what my mom did, what my dad did, what my girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, I'm single now, but what anybody did to me doesn't fucking matter. Does that mean that everything that was done, some of it, and some of you especially, have had things happen to you that truly was traumatic and not your fault? Don't ever feel like it's all a blame thing. But then you guys put on a different lens. If you're awake and aware and you want to evolve, you have to understand, okay, it happened. What can I extract from it? This is the only way to actually heal something. The reason people aren't healing is because they are releasing. They're not healing. They're not changing. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be changed. When you release your trauma into the ethers that we all breathe in, because it's what keeps us alive, the oxygen only dilutes the ether so that these physical bodies can survive, because too much of the ether would literally destroy it. But this is why nobody's healing. This is why you keep having the same shit happen. You're not owning your own shit. That is the whole point. This is a personal journey of self-discovery for you and the pattern that Source made you to be. You can only look at your own shit. It does you no good to go point out everything that's wrong in the world. Man, you might as well be throwing, if you're pointing at something, complaining about it, you might as well be throwing fire on the fuel, because you were giving it just as much energy. But if you aren't looking at your own shit and owning it, you're not evolving. You're just not. If you're chasing the false light, the comfort, I mean, think about it. I like tarot readings and I like channel messages. I don't need them anymore, but there was a time where I really relied on them. But you want to evolve past that. You want to get into the work if you want to evolve. When has a tarot reading ever changed your life through action? They don't. They can be great for like giving you hope or whatever, but they don't change you. They can help you kind of stay on course, things like that. But you have got to get your hands dirty and into the work if you want change. And I teach people exactly how to do this in a very unique, very different way than this world has ever seen. And you can learn more at archetype13.com as long as you want to evolve. I do work over here. We do work. You do not get books and read and feel smarter and don't do shit and think you did something. You don't get a seat at the table unless you've had hands-on direct experience. No one does. Why would you? You can read all the books on the planet and claim that knowledge is power, and you can have all that knowledge, but if you never do anything with it, bro, that's dusty books collecting dust on the shelf. It does you no good. Knowledge is not power. Knowledge is the prerequisite to power. If you do nothing with it, it's the least powerful thing that you have. Archetype13.com. For those who want to build. For the architects, for the builders, for the seekers, for the seers, for the mystics, for those in the medical field. I'm the bridge between science and spirituality. I am not part of the spiritual movement. I do not follow the false light. I am not of the light. I was forged in the dark. And I will see you at archetype13.com if you're ready to forge your ass too.